up on Crossfire Collectibles, the X-Transbots Master X Series number 86 Warrior Locke. Stick around. What's up and welcome to Crossfire Collectibles. Today's video, we're going to be unboxing, transforming, and reviewing the X-Transbots Master X Series number 86 Warrior Locke version 2 or Masterpiece Scale Transformers KUP. So we're getting around to some of these because I have some plans for one of my shelves. I'll probably get into that a little bit later on, but it's very, very cool, and I think you guys will dig it. It also involves some custom stuff. But we got Locke, and he's going to be number 1 of 4 of some different things that we do. Like I said, I'll explain it later. Now's not the time, but it's going to be very cool. So here it is. This is version 2. So I finally pulled the trigger. I mean, I originally was lined up to get the Fan Toys version, but I went with the X-Transbots, and then I heard about all the breaks and all this other good stuff happening, and then version 2 came out, and I was like, all right, I got to get that. So then I had something come up, and we went with a different project, but now we're going to go ahead and get back to this, and it might take a little while to do, but we're going to get it done. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and go over the box first. So here you have it, X-Transbots since 2008, X-Transbot Master X Series 86, and in Roman numerals, Warrior Locke. Up to the side, you have some writing. There are still many causes worth sacrificing for, so much history yet to be made. Good words. Here's the top. And here's the bottom with a preview of one of their figures. Here's the other side. Picture a cup. You got that saying again. You have this pretty cool like digital readout of something. There's some kind of transformer in there. Then there's X-Transbots again. Around to the back, you have this neat little G1-ish mural and a tech spec. It's got a little bio. So if you want to read it, go for it. And that's going to about do it for the box. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and pop this open. But first, please subscribe to the channel. All right, so we got our little letter opener here, and slice away. So I picked him up on AliExpress, fairly decent price. So I've been buying a lot of stuff from there. I just noticed I'm getting some pretty good deals, and I can't pass a lot of it up. So I went ahead and grabbed this along with a few others, and I guess KUP's going to be the first one we open. And here it is. All the stuff fell out. We're going to get to that. But he's got a few things here. X-Transbots preview. Neat. So you get a little booklet of like stuff that's coming out. Cool, man. I'm going to look through this later, but that's definitely cool. And then here you have his instruction book and a little card. So we'll go ahead and pop this open because we're probably going to need it. Yet I'm not sure. I'm actually you guys know with a lot of the reviews, I don't watch prior reviews until I do mine. However, with Transformers, I normally do, so I can try to get the hang of it without you know, following the instructions and doing it all on camera without knowing. So I always like to watch a few, you know, so I can just go ahead and transform him right on camera and I won't have no issues. But here's his card, and there's the back. Pretty cool. And then his booklet here. Bunch of steps. Neat. It's got that cool little mural picture on the back. And then we'll move over to styrofoam here, and I'd set it down backwards so you know all the stuff kind of fell out. But we have a bunch of accessories in here. I can go ahead and start popping some things out and looking it over. I also got some I got some stickers with this, so that was a cool inclusion. That came actually in the packaging box, you know, prior to opening this with the mailer around it. But anyways, so here's his gun. So really neat looking, nice color. Very G1-ish. Got them little tabs so you can plug it into his hand. Really cool, that looks great. Here you have his little, I guess, ball and chain Shark the Contail type hand. Pretty neat. Lots of ball joints in there so it can kind of move all around, articulate, curl up, something like that. Pretty cool. Moving on, we got our figure. And we'll just put him aside because he's still in plastic. Let's go ahead and dump the rest of his stuff out. And we're going to go over the different parts. So he's got a few faces here we can go over. And we'll go with the first face. And here he's got this kind of mad, maybe screaming looking grin, you know, mouth open a bit. Rah! So that was good. The eyes look fantastic. I think they really look great. Second face, he's got this more of a kind of smile, open mouth. Pretty good. And here is the third face, which is pretty awesome. You know, he's got the cigar in there, you know, give him the old man look. And go ahead, and that does come off. So, you know, if you hit it on something or whatever, you're not going to actually break it off in his mouth. So, very nice. It just pegs, you know, right on in. Pretty cool. Now, he has an extra top of his head, you know, dome piece. That's more of the flat top. I personally like the rounded version. And well, I mean, we'll try this out, but we're like not going to use that, I don't think at all. So, he's got extra pair of hands here, a right and a left. There you go. Thumb does not move, but the hand has a hinge, and there's one hinged index finger, and then the other three are on the hinge as well. Very neat. And then the other hand is the same exact thing. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and get all this stuff off to the side. And then we'll go over KUP. So get this plastic off of him. And we'll check him out. Got some nice weight to him. You know, some plastic, a lot of die cast, especially in the legs. And yeah, I'm more glad I went with this one instead of the Fans Toys. This one just looks so much better. Nice color, good size too. He's pretty, actually a little bit larger than I thought he would be. But yeah, he's pretty cool. Yeah, nice look at his face. I like this one overall. It's, you know, it's more just a straight look. So yeah, little rounded dome up in there. It's pretty neat. So you see the hands on here. They're just a bit smaller. You know, the other ones are a little bit larger, so they might be look a little off, but I still like to try them both. But while we're on it, you know, let's go ahead and just pop one out just to give it a look. So we'll just compare, you know, each side and see how they look. Would you prefer the smaller or the larger hands? I don't know, they both look okay, but I think for me, I'm going to go with the smaller hands. Just seems a little more accurate. That's all. Get that out of here. Spin him around to the back. Nice backpack. You know, it's not all junctified and, you know, bulging out too far. That actually looks pretty good. It's got little butt flaps here, some side flaps, and these two little front skirts here. I guess we'll move up and we'll check out his articulation. So that head is on a ball joint. Rotate full 360. You move forward that far and up that far. Here's your arms, and they are on a hinge, and they can come up pretty high, and they can also rotate in full 360. He's got bicep swivel. There's some double jointed elbows. And of course you can spin the wrist in a full 360. Move down, we'll check out his waist, which of course will allow him to spin, and he can pretty much looks straight down, especially if you were to move, you know, that plate out. That would look horrible. Does not want to bend back. That's fine. We'll come down, check out the legs. Move them little flaps. Put the leg out that far. Bring it back down. This can pop out. And you got the upper thigh swivel. Go down to the knees. And you have that single joint to go back this far. And then come down to the foot. And it can drop. And it can, you got a little bit of a ankle pivot. You can move around a little bit. That's pretty cool. It's overall pretty nice. So I'll go ahead and get some stuff out of here. Alright, so we toyed around a little with KUP, and we got him kind of in a little pose. So that's pretty neat. One thing I did not go over, which I'm going to go ahead and show off now, but he actually came with a couple of target masters. So that was really cool. Now, I'm thinking he's got, what, Rodimus and his own right here. So that's pretty cool that you get, you know, two of them together. They do have, you know, a few parts here. You know, they transform into something or another. A couple of, like guns, which I'm not going to use because it'll make them look, you know, kind of goofy. But you can see the handle come down right here, and then you fold out a couple of this. I'm not going to bother transforming them because they really weren't important to me, but I just wanted to show them off before we did anything. So we're going to go ahead and get them out of here. And now we're going to go ahead and transform KUP into his truck mode. I'm going to do this kind of in a mix between time-lapse and off-camera. I'm not going to explain everything. If you guys want to watch a full review on that, you know, I would suggest someone like MGO, you know, go and check his reviews out. But we're not going to explain it. We're just going to go ahead and transform and see how he looks. So we'll be right back with that. Okay, so then once you're all said and done, you're ending up with your truck mode like this. As I was transforming this, I'm sure it's not for everybody's, and I'll have to contact them, but I am missing a left back wheel. I thought maybe it might have popped off as I was messing with the joints, but nope, it is not included. I did not get it. So that kind of sucks. So he doesn't sit exactly flat, but if you hold that side up where the wheel would be, it does roll quite nicely. So I'll be contacting X-Transbots about that to see if I can get the replacement wheel. But this was pretty difficult to transform, even off a camera for the most part. There's a bunch of tabs that technically should be filed down some because I can't get everything completely flush. Some are a little bit larger than the holes that them tabs are supposed to be able to plug into. And apart from that, I think it came out pretty okay. So as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, they did give me some stickers. So we got a Autobot and Decepticon sticker sheets, and I'm going to go ahead and throw an Autobot sticker right on the front right here, and I think this one will do. So what we're going to have to do is get our little tweezers out. So I do have these nice little pointy ones, and simply just going to try to pull this back a bit, and then I'll get in there. These are nice too. I like these ones. They're very very detailed, cut very close to the edges, so that's a nice touch. And then we're simply going to just line it up. Go ahead and get that right underneath of that line there. And then get that on there and kind of fold down that front a little bit. Get that on there so it's nice and flush. That should do it. I could have went with a smaller one, but it's okay that the little chin piece is right underneath there. If I need to change it, I will, but I wanted to leave that gap open and not put anything over it. So that's what we got for the time being, and I think that's okay. So now, apart from, you know, the wheel missing, and I'm not going to go ahead and file down all those tabs. That's just not necessary because he's going to go back into bot mode. But apart from that, it looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. So now I'm going to go ahead and transform him back into bot mode. Alright, so now we got him back in bot mode. And I have to say, this is one of the more difficult transformations that I have done with any third-party Transformers. He's just a lot of little nooks and crannies you have to get into to be able to get everything proper and correct back in, you know, the proper form. I went ahead and actually started removing this screw from the back of his head because I want to try a couple of the different faces out. So we can go ahead and take that off, and we will separate the head. So we get that aside, and then with this, you can actually change out the top piece. So he has that, you know, more dome type that I like. And then he also has and he has the more flatter one here. So, I mean, it's your preference, you know, whichever one you want to use. Like I said, I'm fond of the dome, so I'm likely going to keep that. But I do want to swap the face. So we're going to take our little screwdriver and pluck that in there to raise that up in the front and pop that off. And then we'll just pop the face out like that. So then you have your dome piece. Now, if you want, you know, like I said, you can use the flat part. And I'm actually going to check out a couple different faces. So we could bring in, you know, this kind of yelling looking face. And if you wanted to, you know, that's what it would look like with the flat top. Me, I'm not fond of the flat top, so I said I'm not going to keep that, and I'm not going to keep this face either. I'm going to go with the more of the IDW old man look, so I'm going to give him his little cigar face. So we're going to go ahead and pop that on, and then we will give him his dome top back, and we'll snap them in together. Very tight joints. Everything on this thing is tight. Now we're going to go ahead and put that back on and screw it in. So once that's on, you're good to go. You can go ahead and pose your figure up. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the pistol back in. I left that gap here on his leg to kind of use as, you know, a holster. So that works out pretty cool. I don't think I'm going to use the Shark-Decon tail for anything, so we'll just go ahead and get that out of here. I'm going to leave these hands on. I'm fond with the current hands that I kept it with, you know, the smaller ones. We're not going to use the larger ones. So we're going to go ahead and actually just peg this hand into his left hand. And then there we go. There's our cup. So now we're going to bring in our target masters. So I'm not going to transform them for this video. You know, they're just going to set aside. They are going to turn into some weapons, but they're larger weapons that I want to use, and I'm happy with them just being background for this. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and throw him onto the turntable, and we'll give you some final thoughts.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Be sure to check out our previous videos. A link will always be pinned in the comments.
Now return to the Transformers.
Alright, so here it is, the X-Transbots, Master X Series 86 Warrior LOCKE version 2, or Masterpiece Scaled Transformers KUP. Very cool, man. He looks great. I love his look. I love the feel. I love the weight. The inclusion of the two target masters, you know, the extra heads, or I'm sorry, the extra faces, the extra hands, you know, the Shark-Decon tail, all of it's really nice. You get a lot of stuff with this. You know, you got a card here, you have your little instruction booklet, And you also have that little catalog book it came with. And not to mention, we got some extra stickers. So this pack was loaded, and I was like really happy with it. Again, I wasn't going to transform him fully on camera. This was a new one for me, and he was very difficult. I did have to watch some reviews. So like I said, if you really are interested in seeing the transformation itself, I would suggest, you know, logging on to YouTube and checking out one of the known transformer people. I personally went with MGO, but that's my choice, and he's great, and it was pretty much step by step. As for, you know, vehicle back to bot mode, that's a different story. You know, you have to find another one for that. But it's saying difficult, but we got it done, and overall it was pretty nice. But that's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please, like always, leave that giant thumbs up, subscribe, tickle that bell so you're notified when we post future videos. Be sure to follow us on social media, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.